To Nezzy's Boudoir. Today we're going to be talking about color coordinating your wardrobe. So I've been traveling a lot lately and my wardrobe isn't quite the way I normally like to have it. So let's try and delve in and do a bit of color coordinating today. Give it a little bit of a zhuzh. Let's go. Okay, the verdict. Not too bad, but as you can see, a little bit of a mix of hangers. Colors aren't all the same. That's usually a sign of someone who's rushed, who's trying to get out the door quickly. I normally have it a little bit better than this, but today let's try and fix that. It might not seem like much of an activity, but if you read up or watch Marie Kondo or whatever books, she talks about having an organized wardrobe and how that can impact your own mental health, your self-esteem, your routine. If you think about Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic way of thinking, he talked about picking your clothes out the night before so that you're not making that decision in the morning. Think of Steve Jobs, how he always wore the same thing. So it seems really, really simple, but if you organize your wardrobe, have it in color coordination, pick your outfits the night before, trust me, it makes the next day a lot easier. Let's dive in. Okay, so the first thing we got to do is we got to take all the clothes off, right? Because there's no point trying to do with all the clothes there. You just got to get it all out and start anew. Voila. It ain't pretty, guys, but it's actually a bit of fun. Look at that. Already, if you think of your own mind, look how clear that is. It ain't pretty. You get a few fallers along the way. That's all good. And what this actually also does is when you're doing it, it's a bit of a cleansing routine because you're taking all those clothes off the rack. Now it's time to have a think before you put them back. Are you actually going to wear these? Is this something that's going to last? Marie Kondo talks about, does it give you that feeling? Because if it doesn't, well then don't put it back in. Throw it over here. And there you've got your next warehouse sale or street market or anything like that. So don't put something back in unless you're going to wear it. There's a lot here. First of all, I'd get rid of all these odd hangers. Today, Matthew, I'm going to be attempting to go with these timber hangers. They're just a bit nicer. And I usually try and start with one type of clothing. So let's say trousers, for example. And then you start by color code. So this is black. You can't get any darker than that. So that's a good place to start. So we start from right to left. We're starting with black, starting with trousers. And all you gotta do from here is find matching blacks. If it's not black, you don't want it. Bags, don't want it. These are all lights. I don't want it. So you keep working through it. And again, just ponder for a moment whether are these clothes you're going to wear. If they're not, then they need to go into your sale pile. Jeans are a funny one. I don't usually wear jeans at all, so I've only got 3 pairs here. They're all kind of light down. But always good to have a blue jean. I talked a lot about having a staple, and a blue jean really is a staple, so you've got to have a blue jean in your wardrobe. In my opinion. Get uber strict, uber OCD, have them all the same way, so all the pockets facing out. That'll be good for all our OCD peeps out there. Well, I think that's pretty much it when it comes to trousers. So once you go through a category, and you might find something along the way that's totally fine, move on to the next thing. Now, I'm just going to throw in, because let's just stay in the colours of black. We're going to keep all the trousers here for now. Let's skip ahead and have some blacks. T-shirts. So we've got black, things like that separately. However, sometimes you have a jacket like that even in the summer you might be likely to wear. So it's good to keep a couple of jackets in there. Just ones that you might actually wear and turn out on a given day. Same with this over shirt, if it will come loose. That's something that I'm still kind of wearing, especially if you're going somewhere nice, late at night maybe. Need a bit of a jacket. So I just keep a couple of those there. Not too many, if I'm being honest. Here's, I think, one other that I've gotten here at the moment, just a different colour. Again, it's not that light really, but sometimes at night time it still gets a bit chilly on the willy. Now, why not put this over here? So see that clear separation of colour? Ladies, and weights. Now, I just got this recently from New Down. How awesome is that? Probably won't wear this, so I'm going to contradict myself by putting it in here, but you never know. It's brand new, so, you know, any excuse I'm going to try and wear it. Maybe the next week or two before it gets too hot. So this will go again the side. That white guy. Now, where are we next? Oh, look. There's a navy trouser. Oh, good. I can fix up all these in a second. Let's just get it on the rack for now. Getting caught in a hanger. I don't like metal hangers. Not my favorite thing. Aha. See, oh, we find a few sneaky trousers. Again, metal hanger left feet. We can get rid of those. Actually, a new pair I got off Shop Finds. Bit of a flare bottom. So I'm actually looking forward to trying it out. Sometimes as well, what I do is, if I want something that I'm going to wear, I've just bought it. I leave it at the front. Just as a reminder that that's new, to give it a whirl. Another black pair. I love these. These are quite wide cut. A lot of my trousers are. Who's that?
Who locked us in?
Who's that in my background when I'm videoing? That's Sonny O'Sullivan. Danny's in the video. Daddy's in the video. Oh, here's the dog. Hi, Chili. We just got a new dog, didn't we, Sonny?
How do we...
No. Sonny, Chili will escape.
No, I need to get to my blue.
Well, yeah.
Because Mommy trying to get it back in and it's like off the roof.
Oh, off the roof. I don't have to do that. The other thing is I try and keep shirts with shirts as much as humanly possible. Sometimes it's that you can't really do it, but here's a good example. Denim shirt, black shirt, still says in the colour coordinate situation. And then as you go, you can kind of group some. So see right here, I have a lot of sky blue shirts. People probably say that's all fine. You can say whatever you want. Yeah, this is another one of the new items. New, we're actually getting all our staff. We're going to be wearing new in the coming weeks and months. It was very exciting. Picked up a few pieces. So again, that's a jumper. Probably not going to get much wear out of it. We're about to come into summer. But I will put this here. Still keeping in with the navy. Now, I have some navy tanks. Sometimes rather than taking up heaps of hangers, these are all the same. There's like a couple of navy tanks. So just put them all in one hanger. Don't waste a hanger. And if it's something light like this, I try and put it at the front. Like so. Yeah. Navy long sleeve again. Another thrift find. I'll put this new pair of news jeans again. These would go here, but I'm not putting the front because I want to try these in the next few days. Again, lots of navy shirts. Lots of navy shirts. Lots of navy shirts. There's Jack and Jack. AirTex. It's pretty nice. Don't wear AirTexes that much, but always good for a nice dinner. Well, I'm going to keep up my little method of madness. Put the navies with the navies. More blue shirts. That one requires cufflinks. Van Heusen. This one is a P. Johnson. A tailor-made P. Johnson that Sue got me for my birthday. Definitely worth it, guys. I think for like 250 bucks you can get a shirt made. And it's quite a wonderful experience. You get to go in and meet some of the guys that work there and get you a coffee and all that kind of jazz and ask about your style. And then you get a custom made shirt. So everything down from the pocket to the buttons to the collar, everything like a customize. So definitely worth a go. Now, these are absolute beauty. Clouds for Nimbus, yes, very on brand. These are parachute pants. So anytime I wear these, I always get a nice comment from them. So these are going to go in this light area. They cost $5 on Depop. If you're not on Depop, particularly guys, you need to be, because you can get absolute finds. Depop and thrift stores, absolute musts. These again, these are a pair of Zara jeans. I think these are women's. Got them in a Vinnie's in Sydney about a month ago. Class. Always good to have at least one good white pair of jeans. I will talk about staples as I go here. Here's another new item, so that's going to go at the front. There's a little outfit there. Sometimes it's good to color load. I'm not sure what the saying is. Like color on color, same color on same color. Sometimes can work really, really good. You don't want to be matchy, but you can pull it off. Now, here's an interesting one. Party shirts. I wore this to a wedding in Portugal not too long ago. It's a bit out there for me. A lot of fishes. But yeah, I got a lot of comments on that. But not all about the comments, of course. But yeah, this was actually kind of cool. So not something you wear all the time, but still good to have a few party shirts. I don't even call them party shirts. They're more like poolside shirts. I prefer to call them. So this is going to go on here. And then I usually like to try and keep these together. So there's another H&M one. I don't wear too much H&M, to be honest. But I thought that one was quite nice. That was for a recent trip to Europe. Now this is an amazing find. It's actually a pair of PJs. As you can see here, I am buttoning these up. There's a reason for that. I think when they're buttoned up, it just makes it feel a little bit nicer than just scraggy hanging off everything. So this is actually a PJ. I got it in a really cool vintage store in Brisbane. And Metro Retro, that's what it's called. You need to check her out. Lovely guy that runs that store. This is a Valentino shirt. I got this one. You're getting all my juicy secrets now. I got this one in Ireland, where I am from. And this was in a vintage store as well. Or a thrift store, I should say. And it was right in the heart of the city on, is it Dame Street, I do believe. And they do some really like high-end fashion items. Look at that. When that gets dry cleaned, it comes up so good. Awesome little find. Now, some of these you'll notice I'm buttoning them though the opposite way. What does that mean? I think most guys are not going to get this, but that means it's a woman's shirt. Yes, I have a lot of women's wear, and I'm proud of it. And if you don't like it, feck off. This is an unbelievable shirt. Anytime I wear this shirt, people are like, where'd you get that shirt? So this is, women's shirt. You always know because they're buttoned the opposite way. This is a women's shirt I'm wearing right now. Absolutely love it. I'm very oversized. It's always good to be oversized, especially when you hit 40, get a bit older. You know, and you start moving around a bit more. But sometimes you'll put in a colour like that. I'm not sure whether the placement of that was correct, but you can always move it after, right? There's no medals being handed out here, guys. Alright, now we're getting into the lights. So you can kind of push things over. I said I was going to keep that one. So there, I'm into whites. And then you can start piling these in behind each other. There's another white. Keep with all our timber hangers, remember? And mahangos. That's a cool little one. Remote project. So just around the corner here in Bangalore. Hello, Ross. Picked that up recently. Now, remember I was telling you about the tank situation? So I've got a few white tanks here. I will say if you put multiple things together, is they can bring out a bit of a smell. They can get a bit musky if you do it this way, but you know, it doesn't look that pretty anyway, but just be aware of that. Now next we have white, but it's a shirt. So again, try and keep shirts together. Surprisingly, this is a man's shirt. I do have some male clothes in here. So again, what I'll do is I'll put in a shirt, I'll put it at this side, just to keep it separate from the plain tees. And look, here's another white shirt. So that slots in right beside it. Here's another one that I prepared earlier, which is not really prepared. This is a man's shirt too. This is from a brand called Urban Revivo out of Singapore. Really cool, kind of flecky material. Seats, zips of it, kind of, not really. And yeah, it's a cool one. I don't think it doesn't act well in sweaty areas or places. So whilst it kind of looks like a summer shirt, when you wear it, you stink. Little ones, just a white trousers. These are Assembly label. Got these in their outlet store in Melbourne. Women's again. Why do I wear women's clothes? It's a very legitimate question. The reason why I wear them, I find, particularly this era, is the cuts. So they're wide cut. And you don't get a lot of that in men's. It's usually like skinny or straight. You don't get a lot of wide. And high-waisted, low-waisted. There's no variance. There's not much variance in men's clothing, which is an idea. Something maybe if I have my own fashion brand, I'll do. But yeah, just really good cuts, these. When you deal with wide cuts, they're just more forgiving. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're wearing skinny jeans, they kind of have to really fit you perfectly, or you have to be in really good shape. Whereas you have something like this, it's not necessarily that you want to hide anything, but they are a bit more forgiving. These I bought in Capri, of all places. Amazing pants. I think I'll have these for a long, long time, once I can keep them white. Oh, these are cool. These are Lamborghini. I got 2 pairs of these. There's this colour and there's like the green colour. Again, I got them in a thrift store. Vinny's, I think, in Brisbane. Lamborghini trousers. Who would have thunk it, huh? Yeah, my wardrobe is getting a bit busy now, as you can see. So what I want to do is there's a bit of space over here, so I'll reshuffle some things. We're into our navy shirts era. Now this first one is an amazing one that I wore with my friend Nick when we were over in Sicily. I think I got this in Europe, vintage store, great find, great for summer. Now this is Van Heusen. This is a cool shirt as well. And I don't normally go with Van Heusen, but as I was saying earlier on, you can always find gems in any brand, in my opinion. The only thing with these is they need cufflinks. I brought them on a trip to Sydney recently, forgot the cufflinks and rendered them useless. But that is a really cool one. You can dress that up, dress that down. Now this is an amazing one. P. Johnson. This is an awesome custom shirt. I have my initials Nez even here. This was a present from Sue. What's amazing with this is that for it's only like a couple of $100 you can get this private experience where they create a bespoke shirt for you. So everything from the Oxford collar to whether I wanted a pocket or not, to the length of the sleeves, even how the cuffs were made. Absolutely everything here is customizable. And then you get to go in the store, they make you coffee and a drink, and yeah, it's an amazing experience. Highly recommend. Of course, anything that P. Johnson does is normally awesome. Now this is Calvin Klein, little oversized shirt. I love an oversized shirt, as most people know. I'm wearing one here, again, women's. But you can dress these up. You can wear them with sports shorts, you can wear them with trousers, you can wear them to a dinner, you can wear them as a suit. So you need to have a good few of these in your collection, in my opinion. Now, a good thing about having a wife is you can steal our hangers. So steal a couple of our timber hangers. Shh. We don't want non-timbers. Now this one is Assembly label. Hey Chili, our new doggy is here. Hey Chili. This is oversized short sleeve with a long collar, just a unique cut. And yeah, again, awesome. You can dress this up, wear it to the beach, over a little tank top. Very, very cool item. Now we're down to our last few guys. This again is another oversized shirt. And this is Marks and Sparks for any of our European watchers and listeners. Again, oversized, wore this to a wedding. You can wear it with a tie. It's also cool if you just wear it hanging over a pair of tracky bees or something like that. Now it seems to be I'm in my pajama era. So these are another pajama set, again got from that Metro Retro in Vegas. This is cool. I wore it with a pair of like Nike shorts recently on a hot day. I think you can button the top one, is it? No, it's not on this one. One of them you can button top so it doesn't actually look like a PJ, but this is pretty cool when it's ironed. And again, you can wear it as an overshirt. Got cool little pockets. So yeah, PJ wear, it's back. Where am I going to put you? Up here. That looks a bit colour Kondo. And then the last one. So Sue won this amazing competition with Maison Essential. Essential, maybe how they pronounce it. And again, a women's shirt, but in a large size. And I wear this quite a lot with a tank underneath. It's getting a bit tight on me now, but very, very cool prints. Very, very cool shirt. Absolutely love that one. And these tees, I'm just going to leave them out for now. There you have it. Yeah, let's clean this up a little bit. To be honest, that's at max capacity, in my opinion. So, it's probably too much stuff in there, being honest. You tell me, how does that look? You've got your dark trousers into tops, into shirts, then into your lights and finish on the trousers. Feels a little bit cleaner. When you go to pick an outfit then, you're not trying to rustle around going, where's that thing I saw? You know, so you can just grab it and go. So yeah, hopefully you learned something out of that and give it a try at home. Send me in your snaps. And yeah, it's a nice little exercise. This has actually been quite fun. It's quite cleansing, so I recommend trying it.